May 2012, an RCMP analyst opened an Interpol response. DNA confirmed, oldest match in Interpol's entire history. Straight time, 500 mens. The sample had been waiting 38 years. The Midnight Paradigm. At the Midnight Paradigm, we re-examine evidence. The man Interpol named had been dead 6 years. He could not be charged. He could not be tried. No verdict was legally possible. This is why. Colleen MacMillen was 16 years old in August 1974. 100 Mile House, a small town near Prince George. She planned to visit a friend. A simple afternoon trip. She told her brother not to tell their mother. That whispered instruction was the last she gave. Highway 97, Lacklahash, August 9, 1974. Colleen accepted a ride. She was never seen alive again. Her body recovered approximately 46 kilometers from Lacklahash, a logging road off Highway 97, approximately 1 month later. RCMP officers recovered evidence at the scene, including her blouse. On the blouse, biological material from an unidentified male. In 1974, DNA profiling did not exist in criminal casework. DNA profiling would not enter criminal use until 1986. An RCMP officer made a decision: preserve the garment. No protocol required it. No database could use it. That single decision created the possibility of justice. We should be clear about what that means. The evidence was preserved. Justice was not guaranteed. The long shadow of that gap, capability without accountability, will return to Colleen. She deserves more than a headline. But first, Highway 16, 724 kilometers. It connects Prince George to Prince Rupert on the coast. Communities, reserves, logging camps. No cell signal for 166 kilometers. The MacMillen case sits within a larger pattern. The name comes from the communities themselves, not the media. Project E-Pana's official list acknowledges 18 victims. Indigenous organizations estimate 40 to 50 or more. The 18 to 50 gap is a classification decision. The first documented case, Gloria Moody, 26 in 1969. 4 years before Colleen, the pattern was already established. 1973, Gail Wise and Pamela Darlington, both 19, both murdered, both hitchhiking, both found on logging roads, both unsolved. Fowler is a strong suspect in both. No DNA confirmation. We draw that distinction: confirmed DNA evidence versus suspicion. Confirmed Fowler and Colleen MacMillen. Everything else is inference. That distinction matters. This channel exists to make it. Thread 1. Why did this road become a hunting ground? In 1974, hitchhiking was not considered dangerous in rural Canada. Bus service on Highway 16 was irregular for decades. For many Indigenous women, hitchhiking was the only available transport. Thread 2, the institutional response, or the absence of it. The MMIWG inquiry found RCMP classified many Indigenous cases narrowly. Cases were closed without connecting them to a wider pattern. In 2002, Nicole Hoare disappeared near Prince George. The search response was unlike anything the highway had seen. Helicopters, media coverage, federal attention within days. For Alberta Williams, missing 1,989, no comparable response. Timshin, the disparity was documented by journalists. Families lived it directly. Here we have to slow down. This gets complicated. In 2005, RCMP formed Project E-Pana. The first formal acknowledgement. E-Pana, Inuit for the spirit that watches over the dead. By 2026, 500 interviews, 750 DNA samples collected. 1,413 persons of interest. 20 years, 9.3% resolved. Thread 3, Fowler does not explain every case here. In 2010, Cody Legebikoff was arrested, age 20. Local, popular, youngest profile serial killer in Canadian history. Convicted 2014 of 4 murders: Stuchenko, Maas, Montgomery, Astley. Lezhibokov operated in the same corridor, not a drifter. The highway had multiple predators across multiple decades. Handled and charged in 2014, the 1978 Monica Jack murder. Handel was convicted in 2019 via Mr. Big Sting. 41 years, 3 different investigation units, 1 conviction. The highway still has no answers for most victims. 2007, 33 years after Colleen MacMillen's murder. What did 33 years inside an evidence bag leave behind? The sample was degraded. 33 years in an evidence bag. They extracted enough for a partial profile, entered into databases. No match was returned. The profile waited again. In 2012, DNA enhancement technology had advanced further. Scientists enhanced the degraded sample to a more complete profile. RCMP submitted the enhanced profile to Interpol. Interpol maintains a criminal DNA database from member nations worldwide. The search ran across criminal records from multiple jurisdictions. On May 3, 2012, Interpol returned a positive hit. The match was confirmed, the oldest in Interpol's operational history. The name returned: Robert Jack Fowler, Bobby Jack Fowler. Born June 12, 1939, an American from the Pacific Northwest, twice divorced, father of 4, a transient roofer by trade. In 1974, what placed Fowler in Prince George that summer? The same period Colleen MacMillen was killed. The same summer. The geographic proximity was not coincidence. The DNA confirmed it. The DNA trail crossed the border. An American drifter. He had been serving a 16-year sentence in Oregon. Bobby Jack Fowler, already 6 years in the ground. She survived. He was convicted. 16 years. He died first. May 20, 2006. Lung cancer. 6 years before the match. The DNA match confirmed what Colleen's family needed to know. It gave them a name. No verdict was possible. Under Canadian law, a dead person cannot be prosecuted. That is a foundational principle, and it applied here. Fowler is believed responsible for up to 20 murders, including 4 women in Lincoln County, Oregon in the 1990s. We should be direct. The Oregon cases remain unconfirmed forensically. The MacMillen DNA match is the only confirmed forensic link. RCMP acknowledged the limitation. Documented in CBC News 2012. RCMP named Fowler a suspect in the 1973 murders. Darlington and Ways 1973. Both 19. Both unsolved. Without DNA confirmation, families have a name. No formal verdict. Justice by timing, science arrived. The accountability window had already closed. Solved but not resolved, we have sat with that question. ICT News 2012, oldest DNA match in Interpol's history. That record belongs to Colleen and to the officer. The science caught up. The system had no defendant waiting. In June 2019, Canada's MMIWG National Inquiry issued its report. The finding: Canada's systemic neglect of Indigenous women constitutes genocide. Genocide under international law, not metaphor. A legal classification. RCMP's own reports identified narrow classification of Indigenous homicide cases. This is what institutional indifference looks like measured in paperwork. The MacMillen case resolution did not change the structural conditions. Between 2019 and 2025, 7 more women went missing. December 2024. Why did 50 years pass before this fix? Project E-Pana ran 20 years. 500 interviews, 750 DNA samples. The 2019 National Inquiry found systemic genocide, not metaphor. Resolved cases, approximately 9.3%, 1 in 10. Since 2019, genetic genealogy has reopened dozens of cold cases. Othram, Parabon Nanolabs now routinely analyze degraded samples. For the Highway of Tears, this technology holds genuine potential, only if evidence was preserved, properly stored over 50 years. Not every case had an officer who made that call. The April 2026 Symposium 20th anniversary convened in Prince George. Investigators presented updates. Families received, mostly, no new resolution. Project E-Pana continues. The resolution rate has not changed significantly. Let us return to Colleen MacMillen. Not the case, her. She was 16. She had a brother she confided in. She told him not to tell their mother. She was going to visit a friend. An August afternoon. She was a person whose life trajectory one man ended. The blouse became the mechanism of her partial posthumous justice. Not full justice. Be honest about what DNA delivers. A DNA match delivers identification, knowledge for families. It does not deliver trial, verdict, sentence, or formal accountability. This case exposes a gap that DNA technology cannot close. Forensic science advanced. The legal framework did not follow. CBS 48 Hours documented the MacMillen case extensively in 2012. MacLean's 2012 RCMP linked 3 cases to Fowler. 1 confirmed match, 2 suspicions, no prosecutable conclusion. The 1974 investigation missed Fowler's work location entirely. Had that link been made sooner, outcomes might have differed. We cannot know what earlier identification would have changed. Williams Lake Tribune reported the Fowler connection June 1, 2012. The full documentation is publicly available through RCMP archives. These questions about forensic genealogy are the right ones. 40 years on, Colleen MacMillen's family still waits. The symposium meets again. The road runs on. What we owe these families is precision, exact accounting, not sensationalism. Precise accounting of what happened, what failed. Next, another cold case, evidence waiting for one question. Subscribe for Friday. Full case file pinned in the comments.